What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Duran, and we're here to talk more Celtics basketball. And y'all know I've been off. I think I've missed about 2 games, but not too bad on my part. But let's go ahead and talk about this one. I just want to put this out here. Stop talking about Jayson Tatum. I have seen the little things on Twitter. We see about Boston radio. I'm not going to bring up his name because he's a loser. Jayson Tatum is taking over. The last 10 games, Jayson Tatum is averaging 27 and 10. And tonight against the Denver Nuggets, where all the chips were down, the energy was down, the defense wasn't as good, Jayson Tatum stepped up and took over. 28 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. I can't even believe I have to go on this rant about Jayson Tatum. And I didn't even cover his 53-point game that he had a couple nights ago. I really wanted to make a video about that, guys, but I was super tired. I really wanted to make a video, but Jayson Tatum is a superstar. There is nothing that anyone can say to me. I can't even believe I have to acknowledge the notion that someone would even fix their lips to speak about Jayson Tatum, and to say that he is the problem with the Boston Celtics is absolute lunacy. It is a crime. It is wrong. It is a fallacy. It is false. It is against the New Testament. It's against the Old Testament. It is against the 10 Commandments. Jayson Tatum is the heartbeat of this team. He's the best player in this team. And in my opinion, he's probably the 2nd or 3rd most talented player to play for this franchise. I'm going to just keep it in stack. The 2nd or 3rd most talented player to ever play for the Boston Celtics. I mean, that's just what it is. But I digress. Let's go ahead and dig deep in this game. Boston came out slow, like they always do. Most of the season, we've been coming out slow, but, there was a good sub by Brad Stevens, and I love this. He's starting to get more emotional in these games. He took out Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, and I think he took out Robert Williams, and he added Grant Williams, Romeo Langford, and Tristan Thompson, and the defense automatically took a tick up in that first quarter. They were down, but you knew that they were coming. The defense was way better. The defense came out, played with more intensity, more energy. They were rotating. That's what I love. This second unit, the rotations are starting to be set. That second unit is starting to bring together more life, especially Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson's defense is, I have no words to say this, because pre-COVID, Tristan Thompson was abysmal. Now, he's even better. Like, Tristan Thompson is playing way better defense. And against Jokic tonight, Jokic quit, by the way. Nikola Jokic quit. My MVP favorite, the guy I would vote for MVP if I started today, he quit. He quit, and Mike Malone pulled him in 5 minutes in the last 4th quarter. He was throwing his hands up. He was shrugging. He still had a triple-double, but still, he was ineffective. You barely noticed he was there outside of that 3rd quarter stretch where he started to dominate. Other than that, Nikola Jokic quit, and that in part had to do with a lot of the defense that Tristan Thompson set. Tristan Thompson set the tone, Grant Williams set the tone, and Romeo Langford set the tone. Those are the 3 that set the tone defensively, and they started running. They started running with it. Marcus Smart started coming alive. Marcus Smart also, from the starters, Marcus Smart and Jaylen Brown were the only ones, I will say, that brought the, well, not Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart and Kemba Walker were the only 2, in my opinion, that brought the energy from the jump from the starters. Those were the only 2. But again, Marcus Smart continued to play way better as the game. In my opinion, Marcus Smart played way better in my opinion, Marcus Smart needs to be the starting point guard. Marcus Smart needs to be the starting point guard. When all said and done, after they get off this Kemba Walker contract, Marcus Smart needs to be a starting point guard because he's playing really well in that position when he's being the glue guy, when he's getting everyone involved. I love what Marcus Smart is doing so far. But in the big picture of things, let's look at it. We've won 4 of the last 5, 3 straight. We're now tied for the 5th seed. We're starting to creep up. The games are starting to slow down. We're starting to play better defense. And if we can get past, I think we got Portland and LA coming up. If we can just get past those 2 games, get back to Boston, Golden State on Saturday, at home, Evan Fournier will probably be back. We can start to build this lead. I'm going to start getting back to that 4th seed, that 4th, 5th seed, start to get up in those higher rankings, because I don't want to be in the play-in games, guys. I don't. It's been a depressing season. We fought COVID, we fought injuries, and Jaylen Brown, the Jays almost didn't play in this game. That was another headache. But if they can continue to build more wins, build more energy, the defense is starting to play better. If they can continue to do this, then I think they'll have a chance at making some type of noise in the playoffs. I'm not saying they're gonna win the conference. I'm saying making some type of noise in the playoffs. If they can just get some type of rhythm together. And one more player I want to talk about is Grant Williams. Now, I wanted to highlight Grant Williams because Grant Williams has had a great week of basketball. And I started to think to myself, maybe I am being too hard on Grant. You know, I know Grant's playing terrible sometimes, and most of the season has been pretty disappointing, but maybe Grant Williams is kind of going through the same phase that Marcus Smart kind of went through when he first got to Boston. Because when Marcus Smart first got to Boston, I think we were all his biggest hater. I mean, this guy was building bricks every game. He was on Shaqtin' a Fool almost every single week, doing something, looking crazy, flopping. Like it just looked a mess with Marcus. And then one year he took a leap and that was it. He was good. And I think for Grant, it'll take 1 year. I don't know when it will be. He's going to take a leap and he's going to be a really good starter in this league because I see Grant is a really smart player with a really high basketball IQ. And it's strange because I've never seen a player as smart as Grant make so many dumb decisions and just look crazy out there. But this past week and these past few games, he's looked really good. He's been a really good glue guy. He's played really good defense. His closeouts are really good. He's smart. In this game, he was a plus 23. I think in the last game, he was a plus. Let me go ahead and check. Hold on for me real quick. Where was Grant? Grant was a plus 8 last game. Like, he's been my plus in most of these games this past week. I like where Grant's trajectory is going. And the team is playing very well. The team is playing very well, in my opinion. There's one loss this month. We just got to keep going. I'm not going to, dive full in on them right now because the Celtics this year will rip your heart out if you have any hope. Never hope with this Celtics team. That's one thing I will say. Never hope because this Celtics team, I don't know, guys. I don't know. But they're playing good so far. They got up to the 5th seed. They're tied with the 5th seed with Charlotte and Miami. We'll see how they look. We'll see how they look going forward. Well, as always, guys, I have nothing left for the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.